So you looking? I mean, you obviously were very looking forward to coming here and working.
Yeah.
After tomorrow, you looking forward to putting it away? Will you put it away? Will you get a break? You know?
No, I wish we could get more. I just think that we're just on this constant growth trajectory, and we got to stay there. I think that we've grown so much every day. The team. I think we just have gotten better and better every day. Offense, defense, special teams. I think our camaraderie has been amazing. I think that it's always cool when this is going into my 14th year in the National Football League, and it's fun to be able to see guys who are young, staying extra, doing the extra necessary things. Obviously, I think from a veteran perspective, we're supposed to be that and understand that, but it's great when the young guys come along. I think we've done a great job of that, and I think the demonstration of all the leaders of this team, guys like Bobby O, guys like Dexter, guys like obviously Brian Burns, even a younger but really a great leader, in my opinion, is JMS, and how he's led up front with the offense. I think he's done a great job. GVR just got a lot of great guys that are dedicated to the craft, and I think it's definitely paying off. I think Slayton's been a great example. I think Wandell. There's many guys putting the extra work in.
How describe this spring for you personally?
Man, it's been a joy. I think if I described it, it's just the joy to be able to do what I love to do. Number one, number two, to do it with the people that you really want to be around. I think that obviously the players. Just the amount of guys. I remember going to Atlanta throwing with the guys, or going to being in San Diego throwing with the guys, and also to just being here in the extra time that we've put in, watching film, doing all the necessary things to be great. I think that's been the joy of it, man. That's why you love the game, the obsession of it all. That's the good part. And I think the other part to it all is just, I think the coaching staff is tremendous. I think their ability to teach every day. I think what makes a great coach is the ability to teach. To be able to teach young guys, to be able to teach veterans, to be able to constantly learn. I think being on that constant quest for knowledge is such a necessary thing, and that's the part that I love the most.
So are you starting to see this offense develop an identity?
Yeah, I thought we had a great day today. I think that we've been stacking great days, and just seeing guys really shine is a really cool thing. Obviously when they put the work in and it pays off, and all the things that we talk about in the film room, and just all the details that we may discuss, and that's been great. I think Dave's and Calf and all the coaches have done a great job, like I said, teaching, and just when you put it on, you get to do the walkthroughs and do the film and all the notes and all the things you do to try to be great, and then you take it out to the field. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to feel. And I think that we're definitely feeling that.
What is the identity?
I think that we're going to develop that once we put the pads on. I think obviously even more. I think anytime it's I think our identity wants to be tough-nosed football team, a team that is explosive, obviously, in the passing game and the running game. The ability to diversify the football, the ability to score a lot of points, obviously, but also know how to win the game when it's clutch time. And so all those things are necessary. But we've had a great OTA so far, and obviously got one more day tomorrow or whatever it is. But I think the important part is making sure that when we come back for training camp, that we have the best training camp that we can possibly have day in and day out.
So you're a better athlete when you have something to prove to people.
Say again?
Are you a better athlete when you have something to prove to people or to yourself?
I think you're always just trying to prove yourself right, and just I know I'm capable of every day. I never lack confidence.
When you came into this league, I would imagine from day one, it was about chasing a championship.
Yep.
Has your messaging ever changed throughout that whole thing? Does it ever get to a point where you almost have to read the room and reset expectations every year, knowing that it's always about a championship, but there's more to this than just 31 other teams walk away?
Yeah, there's 32 teams, and only one gets to win it every year. That's the reality. And I think that what I think that I've been obsessed with in the connectivity to it all ever since the beginning and still now, and that constant urge and constant quest of knowledge, like I said earlier, is just the constant growth process every day. I think that's the part that that gives you the best chance to be successful is the incremental gains daily. And throughout that process, that that's the thing that you're seeking, is trying to be your best and our best every day. And I think that we're demonstrating that, and we got to continue to do that.
Russ, what have you liked about how you played this spring?
I think that obviously, most importantly is just to be able to lead guys. I think to be able to get guys, their confidence at the highest level every day. I think that's the job of the quarterback, is to facilitate the ball to the right guy at the right time, but also to, facilitate that motivation daily for each guy, and find their why daily. Find their greatness daily. Find that greatness in the huddle, that play, and find those special moments throughout practice to communicate with a guy, communicate with a group, through film room, whatever it may be, or on the field. And I think that, that's been an important part to the process for me, just making sure that, okay, I'm grateful that God brought me here, and I'm grateful to be here. And so every day it's that opportunity to do that. And so I think also too, just the ability to score touchdowns for us, and make plays. I think that's what we strap on the cleats to do, is to make those plays.
How well did you know Jameis before you got here,
Say
and
again?
how well did you know Jameis before you both came here, and how has your relationship kind of grown over this?
Yeah, I've known Jameis for years. I mean, he's been awesome just for years, and I've gotten to know him. And I think I've told you guys before, maybe once before, but Jameis and I watched him when he was at Florida State, and then we talked a couple times. My old mental coach was somebody who helped him too, and Trevor Moat was, and I was super close with him, and so. And then when James got in the NFL, we spent a lot of time together at one particular Pro Bowl. He wanted to come meet, spend some time and talk life, talk ball, talk this. So I shared everything I had for him, and we talked a lot, and I think we really grew close then. And just I've always been rooting for him. We've seen each other at PAOs and different things. And so then fast forward, obviously being here and watching his work ethic every day, watching his detail, watching his love for the game, his love for his teammates is remarkable, and it's been a great process.
Russ, Brandon Brown talked to us about you and Jalen's relationship. He said you guys had workouts. You always talked him up. When you saw him, what stood out about him that made you think this guy's got potential?
Well, I saw him do it in college not too long ago. I also saw him make some big-time plays in the National Football League. I remember he had this sweet catch against Arizona that he went up and snagged it over somebody's head. He did it at home too once, and just multiple times he's made some great plays. I think that the biggest thing is just consistency that I can bring to him every day too, and just making sure that I'm always giving him the extra opportunities down the field, but also not just down the field, but in any play that we got, and spending extra time on the field. And he's got great work ethic, Jalen does, and I think he's got great grit to him. I think that he wants to be great every day, and he's got all the special pieces to it all. I think what makes a great receiver, that is his ability to catch the ball, and in contested situations he does a great job of that, and he's got a great opportunity, in my opinion, this year to really set the tone in a great way. So I got all the belief in Jalen and who he's going to be and what he's going to mean to us, and make clutch plays for us and when it really matters in great way. So I'm excited for what he's going to do this year and the rest of his career.